Call of Duty Cold War is entering its third season, and to mark the occasion, they blew Verdansk sky high, sort of. So, to make sense of the latest event and content to come, I have with me the resident COD nut and editor in chief here at Jump Cut Play, Sam Comrie. Hi, Sam.
Hi, it is a pleasure to talk about the event, quote unquote, that happened the other day.
So to anyone that just doesn't have a clue about what is going on, which is basically me at this point, explain, what was happened? What has happened?
So, in the COD lore up to now, they've been trying to kind of merge Cold War and Modern Warfare together. And the way they've been doing that is that in the Cold War timeline, Adler and his kind of like gang of mercenaries have been chasing a villain called Stitch, and that's led to Rebirth Island, which we've now seen in Warzone. And then this gas called Nova 6, which in Black Ops 1 like helps create the zombies. They've been manufacturing that, and now Stitch is trying to lead his operations to Verdansk, is where I think they last were. And then in the Modern Warfare timeline, to make it even more complicated, zombies have now overrun Verdansk, and it's leading to a nuclear event that will see the map be changed forever, I guess.
So basically the one bit of information I have from this thing is that they just blew that big old boy up, didn't they, with a big old nuke? There was a live event a few days ago or something like that. Were you there for that?
I was there for the event. It was quite funny actually, because we went into a game of Warzone, and because the playlist hadn't updated yet, we just thought, oh, it'll just happen in game. So we spawned into it, and we were really over-analysing everything that was happening. Like, does the circle normally move that fast? Is the gas normally that colour? And then it turns out there was a playlist update, and we were just in regular Warzone. So we downloaded the playlist update, got into the event, A Destruction of Verdansk Part 1, and it popped up in a very Zack Snyder's Justice League style way when the game started. And the goal was, literally it says it when you spawn in, loot, kill, survive, and everybody has to basically converge on the damn area of the map. If you die, you become a zombie, you've got unlimited respawns, and you can like jump around and like fuck people up really badly with like gas. I don't know why zombies have gas grenades, but they do. That's a thing in this game for some reason. So they've got gas grenades and whatnot, and it all converges at damn. There's like an exfil chopper there. And I thought that the nuke would like go off in game and you'd experience like the blast. Lo and behold, there's a nice rendered cutscene for you to enjoy that has the nuclear blast go off, and that's it. That's the event. That lasted for 2 hours until 10 o'clock, and then part 2 of the event is Rebirth Island playlist set 15 minutes before the blast. Or 50 minutes after the blast, actually, for that one. And it was basically just an excuse so they can keep the servers up so you have something to play until the following day.
That seems... So there was a bit, wasn't there? So you're saying there was a bit where you're after the blast and a bit before the blast when you're on Rebirth Island.
Yeah.
And it's like one player can set off the nuke and like take out Verdansk
in a sense.
Yeah, it seems a little disappointing with the pre-rendered cutscene, because that is like an element that say like something like Fortnite's done pretty well in. Because like it's through the gameplay that what was the one? There was like a space one or something that happened one time with Fortnite. But
there was like a big end game style event that like ended the season with like portals and stuff. And then that's kind of reset the season pass now. So I don't know if it's still the same now, but they're doing like a Mandalorian inspired story at the moment.
So do you think they kind of missed the mark with this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's been a year since Warzone launched, and they've had all this time to prepare something fresh for the game. And I get that they're trying to do all this cross-brand kind of synergy with Cold War and the upcoming installment from Sledgehammer Games. Like, I understand that perfectly, but it's been a year. Surely they've had time to create a new map, something fresh, because what we've got now is it just chalks up to being kind of lazy. It's essentially a reskin of Verdansk to fit in with the Cold War aesthetic. That's it.
Yeah, that is quite disappointing. So for me, I've dropped off of Warzone. I was on it a couple of months ago, quite regularly, and then now I've just kind of went off it again. And usually these kind of big events, they're the things that drag me back. You know, like I was just saying to you before recording, I'm like so into Apex right now because we're posting stuff about the new season that's coming up. But like, do you think what they've done here is enough to bring people back to the game?
I don't think there is, if I'm honest. It's the same map, just altered a little bit. They've got rid of some of the building density in downtown. There's a few, like, again, quote-unquote, new areas to replace what they've, like, nuked out of the map. I don't think there's enough there to bring a new player base. I mean, they don't care because it's, like, the most popular Battle Royale game in the world, and they're making, like, billions of dollars now, but I don't think it is to bring new players on. I was quite disappointed with the event, like, to the point where I said to my friends who I were playing it with the other day, like, it's funny that there's a new Warzone event tonight, but we've hopped onto Cold War instead.
Oh yeah,
we should be playing Warzone.
Yeah, I actually did. I saw you playing that. So is there like literally nothing else other than the redesign of the map? Like, is it changed anything about the game, or is there like, you know, like you're saying, is like the circle faster, or zombies now a actual part of the game just permanently, or anything like that, or is it just the map?
It's literally just, it's same old Warzone as you know it, just with a reskin map that's got a few altered areas, and the weapons now that are in game are all Cold War era weapons. You can only access the Modern Warfare ones through your loadout. Everything that you get like through boxes and pickups is all Cold War era. That's it. It's literally the same thing, and Murphy, who's part of the Jump Cut team, bless him, has been like, every time we play, it's like, yeah, they've changed this. It's different, guys. Honestly, like, come on, Murphy, come on.
So
it's the same.
I'm wondering if it's something to do with the kind of supposed behind the scenes drama that's been going on with the Call of Duty studios in the past couple of years, because like there was I don't know if it was ever confirmed that Cold War was effectively pulled forward a year, and because there was like a whole switch over with like Sledgehammer Games and all of this. And I'm wondering if that kind of factored in, because we'd spoken about it in the past where like Call of Duty are in a very weird position where they're having, it's like the kind of constant snowball of they're having to keep supporting Modern Warfare whilst also going along with Cold War stuff. So are they kind of cutting ties with Modern Warfare now, do you think?
I think they're definitely trying to, but the problem is that Modern Warfare has been so well received with the fan base at large that people are ignoring Cold War pretty much essentially to still play that. And it's Cold War that's getting all the new content drops. It's a really weird position to be in, and I think they've got too much on the plate. Like, it seems to be supporting like an older game from like 2019 now still that's got a really like ardent fan base, and support the new Cold War, which I feel like they brought that forward just so they had something to launch with the next gen consoles in November, because reading about that game, it seems like it was a completely different vision, like, before it came out. I mean, the day it launched, people were finding assets for, like, logos that said Black Ops 5 on it and stuff like that. So it was clearly rushed out the door. Yeah, it's a weird position to be in. I feel like when we get to whenever the new one comes out this year, because apparently they're going to reveal it later now than they normally would.
All right, okay.
Whether that's got something to do with the state of the game, or whether it's just because obviously they're trying to do like marketing through Warzone. I don't know, but it seems like it's a bit of a mess at the minute with this new installment again, because they're trying to rush it out the door. Apparently they brought the Sledgehammer title forward so they can give Infinity Ward more time on Modern Warfare 2. Whether that's true, I don't know, but it seems like there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen at the minute with Activision.
Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't. Are you going to continue playing it? Are you still like on board? Are you a bit, you know, lacking the enthusiasm that you once were for for Warzone?
I mean, like last year when Warzone dropped, I mean, I think for a lot of people it was the game of the year because it brought a lot of people together and we couldn't be like in person, and it was a lot of fun and it felt fresh like for that genre. And now I ain't got the same kind of hunger for it. I mean, it sprouts up every now and again. Like, I'll feel like, yeah, I really want to play it. But when I get onto it, I'm reminded why I stopped playing in the first place.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame because I've had a lot of time on Warzone, and it's these events that have kept me coming back every now and again. and it does feel like, because we were all expecting a new map with the year one, kind of. Well, I was anyway, like kind of thinking that they would make a big deal out of it, and it felt like they just really didn't. When it came to its first year, and I think it is a shame just because it's not given me any real reason to go back, because the idea of like these buildings are now, they look like they're in the 80s, and I'm like, cool. I don't care really enough. That's not enough for me. I'll maybe go. I've re-downloaded it. I'll probably play a couple of games just to see, have a wee wander about. But it really is. It isn't quite what I was needing to take up all that hard drive space. So yeah.
Don't even get me started on the storage side of it. Jesus.
But yeah, you get any last wee things you want to put in about this new season?
I just hope that I hope where the fan base has been vocal enough about the event that they will take some of that feedback on board and implement it going forward. But part of me thinks they won't. I mean, I'm playing Cold War now more than anything. I really enjoy the Cold War multiplayer. I know it's not for everybody. I kind of enjoy the arcade style of it, but yeah, I just hope they take the feedback on board. It's Activision. I know they're kind of renowned for this kind of trucking on along without really listening to anybody. But Warzone is one of the most popular games in the world right now. It's not an understatement to say that, and they need to keep that fan base happy. It's not enough to have a reskin of a map and this weird meta system where they'll put an OP weapon in a pack that you have to buy, and then it'll get nerfed in 2 weeks' time because they've made the money out of you. It's insane. Just listen to the fan base is what I would say.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me, Sam, for this chat on Warzone and Cold War Season 3.
Yeah, been a pleasure.
Make sure to give the video a like, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more gaming content from us here at Jump Cut Play, including reviews, let's plays, and discussions on all things games. We'll see you next time, guys.